All right, that oil inventory data has the price of crude oil up. The latest contract showing a light sweet barrel up $1.71 to 76.11. Let us take a closer look at the data and where the price of oil and gas might be headed. We're joined by Mike Mansfield. He is the CEO of Mansfield Oil Company. Been in the business a while. Mike, it's Brian Sullivan. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, you're in all kinds of businesses along the oil distribution and sale chain. What are you telling your clients about where the price of oil is likely headed in the early part of next year?
Well, Brian, we think the prices are pretty stubborn at these levels and will probably remain here through the winter. It's not so much a question of supply and demand at the moment as it is the value of the dollar and some of the other issues going on with the economy itself. So we think it's going to be here for now, yet fundamentally distillate in particular looks pretty weak to us. There's a big supply overhang, and with with crude we're not
you're making an interesting point.
They'll probably move off.
I know it's impossible to do, but let's pretend we can strip out the dollar impact from the price of a barrel of crude, right? Let's just pretend. On a pure supply-demand basis, domestically, even, just the United States, where do you see the price of oil? Where would it be? 50 bucks? 40 bucks?
Well, it would certainly be lower than it is today. There's a 40 million barrel overhang of distillate supply in the U.S. right now versus the prior 10-year average. So that's a lot of extra diesel fuel to overcome. Gasoline is at the upper end of its inventory ranges. Crude oil at 360 million barrels of inventory is considered high. So yeah, we feel it's overvalued fundamentally. Yet it's just the fundamentals aren't in control of the market right now.
So you believe it sounds like maybe $10 to $20 premium because of the dollar, which is good. And the reason I bring this up, Mike, is that if the dollar continues its recent strengthening trend, right? Who knows if it will? Let's say it does. That might bring down the price of oil and gas for all the consumers in America.
Yes, well, certainly there's been a very hard connection between the dollar and crude oil prices during 2009. It's difficult to know if that same connection will remain in place in 10, but if it does, and if the dollar strengthens, then yeah, we should see some price decreases.
Well, that's good news. Now, do you feel that there's any risk of undersupply of oil? Everybody talks about, well, when the global economy recovers, all of a sudden we're going to be short oil again. Do you think there's any risk to that?
Well, yeah, we do. We have that question as well, because while today there's a fairly profound supply overhang in the United States, refinery runs are cut back to 80% right now, and the APIs actually say they're 78.5%, which is 8 to 10% less than we typically see this time of year. So that's an issue, and we have longer-term concerns around some of these refineries that are shutting down and won't be reopening, such as the Valero Delaware City refinery or the Sun Eagle Point refinery. So there are some refineries that have been imported to the supply network in the U.S. that will not be coming back during 2010, most likely. So we have questions about what the U.S. refining capacity is going to look like in a year or two, and also what some of the big import refiners are going to be doing that will affect our business here in the U.S.
Michael Mansfield, CEO of Mansfield Oil Company. Mike, thanks for coming on Fox Business. We hope to see you again.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. The 18-month search